Hello everybody and welcome to another Ask Nerida Joy video. I have Laila back here today and I have to say I see her at work and she looks so amazing. Her skin looks so amazing. This is now her third facial, correct? Your
That's
third
correct,
one?
yeah.
Third one. And I know she said to me at work a couple of times that a lot of friends of hers have said they have asked her what she's done to her face. They thought maybe she'd had a little lift or something. So her skin looks so amazing, and this is 2 facials later. Today is now going to be the 3rd facial, and she has a home care regimen. We do have her on AHAs at home. We do not have her on retinols. And her skin just looks so amazing. Her eye area, her forehead, all around her jawline, her skin just looks so great. So we are going to be slipping in some of her older pictures so you can see what she used to look like. And so I'm so happy to have her back here again today. We're going to do another boosting treatment on her today, and that means I'm going to be working in retinols, and I'm going to be working in AHAs. I'm going to be working in some of the Q flavonoids. We're going to do some different things and give her skin a really nice boost today. So let's get started. I'm going to cleanse off her skin. And I'm using the light gel cleanser. You know, I don't know, and this is the first time I've touched her skin since I saw her a few weeks back, or it's actually longer than a few weeks, yes. Isn't it? Is it, how long?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
So 6 weeks ago we did her 2nd filming. Her skin, when I touch it, it doesn't move as much with my hands. So what that tells me, the AHAs that Laila's been using has really strengthened her skin. So what we do know about AHAs and retinols is that they take a structure underneath the levels and they make it tighter. It forms a very tight network underneath. And that's what's happened. And that's why when I massage and I'm working in the cleanser, her skin does not move as much with my hands. And I'm also feeling it's really strong under there. It's different. So it feels really amazing, and it's such a difference from when I first started working with her skin. Her skin was so much more, it was looser, and it was moving more with my hands, and I can feel the strength, the structure underneath is stronger, and that's what's so amazing, that you can work with skincare products that build a strong foundation, and that's what we want to do to keep us from stop jarling as we get older, but also just to keep us looking more youthful. And I always say this, we live longer now, you know, so anything that you can do to keep your structure stronger, it saves us from maybe doing other alternatives that are more severe. And not all of us want to do that. So it's really nice, it's wonderful to be able to work with products that just make a difference with your skin, and that's what AHAs do, and that's your glycolic, lactic, malic, tartaric and citrus. They're all molecules of the alpha hydroxy acid grouping, and they build a strong structure. So that's what's so important for keeping the skin strong and sturdy, and more importantly, youthful. And we all want to look youthful and young and pretty because we're women, and that's what we want to do. We want to look pretty all the time. Okay, so we're going to take off our cleanser. I use disposable sponges, and there are some disposable sponges that I've used from different companies, and they're really quite hard. These ones are very, very soft. They're like the old French ones we used to use years back, and these are so soft and they're so wonderful, and I buy them in packs of 24. They're disposable, they're fantastic, very soft on the skin, very nice to use. But look at her skin, it just looks amazing. I'm going to do a little exfoliant on her skin. She is not really surface dry. Do I need to do an exfoliant, or does she need to have one at home? No, but in treatments I do like to do an exfoliant because it just takes the skin down a notch so that the treatment products I put on thereafter will be better absorbed into the skin. I did mix a little bit of healing gel with it, and we're just going to work that in right now. Now, because it has a little bit of glycolic, it is going to sting a little bit. I remember Laila had some brown spots too in the beginning, and I actually forgot about them because her skin looks so clear right now. She has very fine residue of the brown spots on the sides of her face, but hardly anything. So she has lightened up her brown spots on her face just by using the alpha hydroxy acids, and that is one moisturizer that she's been using that has it inside it. Her daytime moisturizer does not, but she has been using the alpha hydroxy acid moisturizer in the evenings, and that's really nice, and it's been so good for her skin. And to give the skin a boost, you can absolutely use the alpha hydroxy acid cream twice a day. As your skin starts to get better, you can start introducing other things into your regimen where it offers something maybe a little bit different, the properties of it. So, but AHAs are really amazing, and I've noticed a big difference in Laila's skin. Her skin is much brighter than it was before. So not only are her wrinkles on her forehead or expression lines lighter, lighter meaning they're not as deep as they used to be. Her skin is just so much better. It's so much brighter, it's stronger. It's just incredible actually to see what we can do just by using treatment products on the skin. It's really amazing and continues to be amazing to me, even though I've been doing this for a really long time. So we're going to take off the exfoliating mask now. Now Laila's lip is very unusual in that her upper lip area is that she has no lines on her upper lip. And that's very unusual. You know, it's one of the biggest, most problematic areas, that in the eye area along with the neck, is people getting the vertical lines around the mouth. But her upper lip is really fantastic. So I know she hasn't done anything to her skin at all, in that she hasn't had any procedures or any fillers done. And she has a really good skin around her upper lip. Her eye area is considerably better than what it was when we first started. Her eye area is brighter, but more importantly, those expression lines around her eyes too are just so much lighter. She doesn't have as many, and they're not as deep as they were when we first started. So this is only facial number 3. So see all the amazing things you can do just by massaging and working good treatment products into your skin. Okay, so we've done the exfoliating mask. We have cleansed and done the exfoliating mask. I'm now going to work in my Q-flavonoid. I'm going to work in my retinols. I'm going to work in some of the massage, the hydrating massage cream, and that's going to do a light massage on her skin. I'm going to add a little bit more on my hand, and I'm going to work this in around her eye area really well. So I'm just going to use my fingers. Of course, I've got these very yellow nails as a result of all my Q-flavonoid that I use on myself and everybody in treatments. Now remember, I keep talking about this when you're dealing with lines, wrinkles. You want to make sure that you really work the line, and work it with your finger, and your fingers just working, massaging it, working different angles to get that serum into the line, the wrinkle. So you want to get it down to the base of the wrinkle so that it can really start to work on that. So we work these areas very well wherever there's wrinkles on the face. So you want to just make sure you're really working that product into the wrinkles. And her brown spots that were there on the sides are just really light. They're smaller and they're lighter, and she looks amazing. Work it into her nasal labial line too. She doesn't really, the line here is very light. I mean, she doesn't have an abundance there. It's really, her skin has tightened so much around her jaw area, and that's when I would see her at work, I noticed that she just looks so good. So we've worked in the Q-flavonoid, the retinol. I've worked it really well into her lines around her mouth area, the nasolabial lines, the forehead, the 11s here. She has one stronger wrinkle here on her forehead in particular, just that 11 line. She's only got one quite strong one there, an expression line. She's got these fine lines up here. So we've worked those serums in really well, and she looks amazing. So retinol, Q-flavonoid, skin feels a little bit sticky from the products that I've been working in. I've got some of the hydrating treatment now, which I'm going to massage into her skin, and we're just going to do a good massage. I always say, you know, massage is so important. The longer I do this, and I've been in this business for, this year it will be 41 years, shows how ancient I am, 41 years. And massage is just so important. You know, when I trained to become a beautician, which is what they call us back in Australia, a beauty therapist, I went to a beauty school that they didn't believe in extractions, and I went to the French school, where they did a lot of massage. I learned years afterwards that, you know, extractions is really important when you're dealing with, especially with acneic skins and people that are oily. If you want to shrink a pore, you have to extract it before you can shrink it. So I know that extractions are very important, but it wasn't the school that I went to that they did not believe in extractions. So it was something that I discovered myself afterwards, that no, extractions is really important, and to get the results that I get, I need to do extractions. Massage, on the other hand, is something that I learned a lot about, and I learned the importance of it because of what it does, you know, just even for the body. And I am also a massage therapist, so I know the importance of body massage as well as facial massage, that it brings oxygen to the blood and it stimulates muscle tone. It's very, very important to massage the skin. And if you're able to have massages, it's what keeps your organs healthy too. Because when you're moving that circulation, you're moving that lymphatic system, you're working it and working the large lymph nodes under the arms, around the groin area, you're really working it and working the circulation in the skin and working the skin so that it really does stimulate the muscle tone. And that's something that is so important, because you can work out and do a lot of exercise and have great muscles underneath. You know, someone can be very lean and have great muscles, but if you have had a lot of sun over the years on your body, that UVA really depletes and works, it depletes a lot within the skin, within the dermal layers, and that's why the skin gets very loose and it starts to hang. So often you will see someone who's very lean, they're very tanned, but their skin is very loose, and that is unfortunate because that's what the sun does, that's what UVA does. Now, in someone who takes care of their skin and doesn't go in the sun and bake their skin, then their skin will be tighter, and that's just what happens. The skin will remain tighter if you are out of the sun. So, you know, of course you don't think about these things, and nor do you really care about these things when you're younger. But when you get older and your skin starts to hang, it's pretty nasty, and it doesn't make you feel good, and there's not much you can do about it. So, especially on your legs and on your arms, you know, it's really hard to work with, and it's not great, you know. So, I mean, I always say you can lift and tuck your skin all you like on your face, but your neck, your décolleté, and the skin on your arms and your legs is, you know, it's really hard. So you want to protect your skin, you want to, you know, protect it from the sun because it's so damaging, and you want to have massages because it really stimulates muscle tone. And it works because I know from my own personal experience in having a lot of massages, I do have a lot of massages, it really makes such a difference with your skin on your body. It keeps it healthy and toned, and it's really nice. So it's important to take care of yourself, and especially for you esties out there, if you're going to be working with people and, you know, you're going to be talking about taking care of yourself, you also need to take care of yourself to be able to continue to do something that you love. And you know, obviously it's what we all want to do, be able to take care of ourselves and be kind to ourselves. So it's really important to do that. At a workshop I did very recently, a 2-day workshop with a lot of esties that had flown in from all over the place. It was so extraordinary, and I love working with all my fellow esties out there. It is amazing. I meet amazing people, and I'm so honored and so happy that you can come and we can spend time together and learn and grow, and all of that is so wonderful. But what continues to surprise me is the amount of esties that are out there working that are not using a lot on their own face. So some esties I had discovered were not, you know, really putting serums and treatment products on their skin so much, not as much as they should be, you know, AM and PM. And so I wanted to say that it's really important to take care of yourself and your own skin, because how can you prescribe and share your best knowledge with your clients if you're not experiencing, you know, what products do? And it's so important. So just really put that time in and take care, and you'll see it's always you know, surprising how amazing and products are and how much better you can make your own skin. So to represent and be a good example for our business, and it's important to take care of your own skin and be that great representation for your clients, because it will bring you more business and help you be a better esty. So it's important to do that. So as we're working in treatment product into Laila's skin, we're doing a little massage here and giving her that extra boost today. My massage is quite firm, and I like to do a lot of massage around the jawline, because the jawline is an area due to gravity and loss of a lot of things, fat and our collagen elastin that constantly needs stimulating. It starts to get a little on the droopy side sometimes, so we want to keep it firm. And by keeping it firm, if you massage the skin and just keep it going, even when you're putting on your own treatment products at home, just massage your skin, just work that treatment product into your skin, into your neck, into your jawline, constantly upward movements, use your knuckles, massaging this area here really well, and it makes a big difference. So again, doesn't take a long time. I don't spend any more than probably 3 minutes in the bathroom myself putting my treatment products on my skin, and so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to take a long time. So just work it in, get used to it, get into a good habit of just massaging your treatment products in. Make sure you're always getting under the fine facial hair. Don't forget about the sides of the face, especially the side, your driver's side. It is an area that tends to show more brown spots if you're not good with your sunscreen, and so you really want to be constantly working things into your skin, because your skin will look better for it. So a couple of things I wanted to say. I do get messages on my Instagram that I cannot answer. There's so many messages that I get. So please, if you have questions for me, it is better to ask me on my Instagram directly. I'm very happy to answer questions on my YouTube channel under my comments, but I do want to say, because I get hundreds and hundreds of emails a day, if I'm going to answer questions, I want everybody to be able to learn from what I'm saying. So if you have questions for me, I do answer all my comments on my YouTube channel, and it's rarely that I have to delete one. But thank goodness, I have a lot of amazing people out there, so thank you all for your support and your beautiful words constantly. I'm very, very grateful and very honored. Thank you. But I will answer my questions through my comments and where people can learn from it. But the one-on-one, that because I do get so many that are sent to me, I just can't do it all. So please know, if you've left me messages on any of my direct messaging and I haven't responded, it's just I do get so many, and so I apologize. I can't do that. So please ask me where everyone can learn from it. And for some of you that ask me and send me your regimen and it's long and lengthy, I'm sorry, I can't answer that either if it's not products that I'm just not familiar with. So I can't tell you the amount of times that people tell me that they're using some foaming cleanser. And in every video I've done, I talk about how foaming cleansers are a no-no. So if you are using a foaming cleanser, please don't text me or tell me that you're using a foaming cleanser, because and ask me if it's okay if you're using it, because my answer is going to be no. And I do my videos so you can all learn from what I do, and and hopefully be able to incorporate some or learn some things to help you all do better work. And we're here to grow and learn, but do look at the videos, and that way it saves me. I'm not a typist. I'm an esthetician, and I massage and I do what I do. So typing and writing back to responding to emails is time consuming for me, and as it is for all of us. And so please ask me through my comments on my YouTube channel, because that is where you will be answered. And I apologize that I can't do it all, but I'm doing the best I can. So there we go. We've massaged Laila's skin, and we're now going to just very, very lightly take off any residue. Her skin looks incredible. It's so beautiful. And we could do a facial on her that is a 90-minute, just a very relaxing, a lot of massage, do a couple of different masks on her, or you could do a shorter facial. So her skin is in such amazing condition right now. It's really hydrated, her levels are healthy. It's just incredible, really. Just after 2 treatments and about 4 or 5 items that she has at home, and that's it. Okay, so just very lightly taking the residue off, because I'm going to put a mask on over top. So what we have here, I'm going to use and do a collagen firming treatment on Laila. I've got the 2 powders here that I've mixed together in a bowl. My bowl is a soft bowl, and I like, you have to use a soft bowl to be able to maneuver it to your hands. You need to use a tongue depressor, and you mix the 2 powders dry together before you add the water to it. So what we're going to do is we are going to prepare Laila's skin so that when I put the mask on, it's not going to dribble down and get in her hair and also get on the towels underneath. So remember, I have just a very light coating on her skin, barely sticky, but she has a little tiny bit on her skin. I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of healing gel around her hairline, and what that's going to do is allow the tissue that I'm going to put around her hair to protect her hair. It's going to allow the tissue to stick to her skin a little bit, so that the mask doesn't dribble into her hair, because if it gets in the hair, it's really hard to get out. So we just want to stick it around like this here. Stick the tissue. I'm going to use a tissue either side of her neck here so it doesn't go onto the towels. And I'm going to put some pads over her eyes. But before I put the pads over her eyes, I'm going to put a little bit of eye gel on around her eye area first. So here we go. Here's our eye gel. Just going to put this around her eyes. I'm going to put it all the way around her eyes, up on her brow bone here too, just underneath the brow bone. Okay, so we've got that on. Now we need to put pads over and cover her eyes. I want the mask, when I put it on, I want it to get really close up around her eyes. So what I'm going to do, I've got a pad, 1 cotton pad. I'm just tearing it in half, and I'm just halving the cotton pad and stretching it a little bit, and then just putting it over her eye so that I can get up quite close up under here. So we're just going to stretch the cotton pad and do it like this, and that's going to just go over her eyes there and just protect the eye. Okay, so now I'm adding my water. I've mixed my powders together dry, and now it's like mixing a cake. So you have to be a little bit careful that the powder doesn't fly everywhere when you're adding the water, so you don't want to keep an eye on what you're doing here. So we're going to pour this on here like this. This is a collagen mask. I really like, there's different kinds of masks, and there are so many fabulous masks. I like the freezer dried masks as well that are also collagen. They have them in the vegan as well as the ones that, you know, they take from the neck of the calf there, but don't harm the animal. But there's a lot of really great masks out there. I just don't like ones that dry really hard on the skin, because, you know, there's some that are very stimulating and they pulsate when they're on the face, and if someone isn't sensitive, then that's okay. But a lot of the the Dead Sea masks that, you know, or some of the seaweed masks, they're very stimulating in how they pulsate on the skin, and you just got to be careful. I mean, it's not to say they're not good, it's just to say that they're stimulating, and stimulating is okay for people if they're not sensitive, or, you know, if they don't have cuperose or a lot of ruddiness. But when you've got somebody who has a little bit of cuperose, or that skin is sensitive, maybe with eczema or prone to eczema or dermatitis, then you want to make sure that you're using something that's not too stimulating and irritating, because that's not good. We're putting this mask on. I'm going to stand because I want to put it under her chin. I like to wipe my bowl with a tissue, because it gets the bulk of it out, and before I wash it, and that way I'm not clogging my sink with excess goop that doesn't need to be going down my drain. So I've wiped the excess off, and now it's ready to be washed. Okay, so we've got this on her skin, on Laila's skin. I'm just going to fold this tissue back a little bit just here. It starts to run a little bit down onto the face. I'm going to snap another tissue over top here just to stop it from moving any further. And I like to usually just sort of break this one, and so it's only a thin tissue that goes over top. The same here, we're just placing this on her nose. It's a very, very thin tissue, but again, just to stop it from moving. So we're going to push down on this. This allows me also to be able to push down and mold the mask to her skin. I'm just going to push down a little bit. Remember, we had a little tiny bit of the retinol, a little bit of the Q flavonoid underneath. So we're just sort of pushing it down here, and this is going to stay on Laila's skin for about 10 minutes. So we're going to step away, and we'll be back shortly to take it off. We are back, and we're going to take off Laila's mask off her face. She has the collagen mask on. I had laid tissue over top of it, just a very thin layer of the tissue, split it in half, and to be able to push down, mold it into her skin. So we've done that. I'm now just going to remove the tissue on the sides here, and we're going to take it off her face. We left it on about 8 to 10 minutes, and we're taking it off here right now. The area that's really important that we want to try to avoid getting it is into the hair, because it's tricky to get out the hair. And so I did get a little bit in here, even with coating it with a tissue. I still managed to get a little bit in the hair. Once it's been on the skin, when you go to wipe the skin down afterwards, you don't really want to be wiping it with towels and taking everything off that you've just put on. You just want to get off the little bit of excess that might be left, like around the sides of the nose, or in the eyebrows, or a little bit around the hairline. And that's just around there. And then I'll just check by standing to make sure that I haven't left anywhere else. So we've got a really nice clean skin, and I can see she's still got some of her eye gel up there, which is great. I'm going to put another coat of that Q flavonoid back on her skin, and a little bit more retinol and a moisturizer over top. So here's our Q. Remember the Q, you want to be able to put that all the way up around the eye, because that's what really supports a thinner skin, and it lightens and brightens. It's all part of the lightening and brightening when someone has melasma or any form of brown spot. It's a very important part of the regimen. I'm putting a little bit of the retinol formula, and just a few drops. I've got about 3 drops in my hand. And we're just going to work that into the skin, nasolabial, 11s, forehead, put it in here, work it in around the eyes. Now, it's not something that she is using at home, retinols, so we will introduce that into her regimen a little bit later, maybe a month or 2. It's not necessary right now. She's having really fantastic results with what she's doing, and just having it as a booster in a treatment is great. So in her moving up to a retinol in a month or two, I would have her use it probably just twice a week. So it's not going to be something that she needs to do all the time. And now I'm going to use a little bit of the Nourishing Cream, and we're going to put that over top. So with moisturizers, it's always good, and I recommend people to work it into the hands like this first before patting it. You don't put it in a blob and then try rubbing it. It's better if you just put it on your hands, your fingertips, and then just work it into the skin. Now Laila's all done. Thank you so much for watching. Hello. Thank you so much for being here with us too. Laila, so much again. This is Laila's third treatment, and her skin looks amazing. I'm so happy with the results of her skin. Her skin just looks so much younger than when I first started with her, so I'm really thrilled with the results. So thank you for coming and being here with us, Laila.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back to see you all again soon. Bye bye.